In 2015 AD, mankind created one of, if not the most revolutionary pieces of technology of all time. But just a few years later, it vanished. What happened? And also, what's the big idea? My name is Carter, and today we are talking about the hoverboard. The hoverboard. We're gonna talk about the hoverboard. The rise and fall, what it was like, because that was such a huge cultural phenomenon that happened in the early 2010s. And I was there because I am Unk. If you were alive in 2015 at all, just call yourself Chopped Huz Unk Skibbity Bebop Shoobity Wop Loser Old Fart Bag. So, we have to get into what even is a hoverboard. A hoverboard is a tech toy that has two wheels on either side of it, and there's a place to stand in the middle. And when you stand on it, you can go forwards.
Why are you moving?
I'm too scared.
And sometimes you can even go backwards.
What is it doing? What is it doing? What is it doing?
There are other directions you can go as well also, but I probably won't cover those in this video.
Ah!
I know what you're probably thinking. A hoverboard has wheels? Shouldn't it hover? No, of course not. Why would it? Why would we get something cool like that? Blame it on capitalism. That's all I can say. The hoverboard goes by a few names. Some people call it a self-balancing scooter. Other people know it as a version of the Segway without the handle, because that's literally what it is. It's a Segway no handle. And to start off this video, I have to talk about the Segway. Think about it like this. The Segway is like the boomer dad of the Gen Z hoverboard son. He had him really late in life. He got remarried. It's complicated. Anyways, while the hoverboards were the hot new trend of the 2010s, the Segway was not so hot. In fact, I can't remember a time where the Segway wasn't the butt of the joke. Do you guys remember Weird Al's White and Nerdy, the hit parody of Ridin' Dirty, where he just rides the Segway around the neighborhood? Because that's just what it was. If you were riding a Segway, you were white and nerdy.
Just too white and nerdy.
My husband did in fact alert me that Weird Al still rides a Segway on stage during his concerts during White and Nerdy. Take that information as you will. Just a fun fact, I guess.
White and nerdy.
New this year, join a Segway tour for a fun tour around the island.
It also became a huge touristy thing to do, ride around on a Segway in a very large group of people, just looking at the sights and sounds. But you never want to look like a tourist, right? Because then you're a little cockroach that locals want to step on because you're so gross and disgusting. How dare you go see the sights and the sounds of where they live. I'm sorry, I don't know why I got so weird there. So, tourist, Segway, bad. Also, we must not forget about the incredibly famous movie Paul Blart Mall Cop, where a security guard rides a Segway around the mall. And you know what? I'm scared of talking about movies I haven't seen before, because in the last video I said Her was a sweet AI love story, and everyone fact-checked me, and I was wrong and I looked like an idiot. Don't worry guys, I really did my research on this one. I am 100% sure that Paul Blart rides a Segway, and he is also a police officer. However, probably the worst thing to happen to the Segway is the original owner selling the company to a new owner who then immediately died by riding it off a cliff. He was apparently an amazing guy. He donated millions and millions and millions to charity. His name was Jimmy Heselden. His death was untimely, uncalled for, and so Jimmy, if you're watching this from heaven, this is for you, King. Jimmy, I'm sorry that you're dead. That sucks. I wish it could have been me instead. R.I.P. Wasted like 20 minutes doing that. People said the Segway was going to be so big and popular that people wouldn't need to use cars anymore for short distances, and it was going to change the way cities were designed. When it first released, the inventor on Good Mythical
Oh, would you like some of this on your that?
Not Good Mythical Morning.
I'm dreaming.
Good Morning America. He went on Good Morning America and said this.
It's sort of like putting on a pair of magic sneakers. You stand on this Segway HT and you think forward, you go forward. You think backward, you go backward.
He makes it sound like humans to segways is going to be Navi putting their hair braid tentacle into their dragon to fly it around. That's
Think, fly!
Fly.
That's just not the same. I think that's false advertisement. I would much rather have a hair tentacle that I can connect to creatures, which sounds really weird when I say it out loud, but just ignore it if you haven't seen Avatar. Thank you. The Segway was put on the market in 2001, and it was a whopping $5,000 to $7,000, meaning in today's numbers, that would be around $9,000 to $13,000 for a Segway. That is so much money. So the Segway was a pretty big flop, but Shane Chen, an inventor and entrepreneur, gave it a little makeover, ripped off the handles, and gave it a hip new name, the Hoverboard.
This Christmas, you gotta get a hoverboard.
It's the hot new gadget that's popping up everywhere. They're called self-balancing scooters, aka hoverboards.
People absolutely adored the hoverboard. It was everywhere. And I would say a big reason for that is the name. A hoverboard? That's sick as hell. But why is it called a hoverboard if it doesn't actually hover? In 1989, a popular movie franchise called Back to the Future released a sequel, Back to the Future Part 2. Would have never guessed they would name it that. In this film, they go to the future. Does that surprise you? Specifically, they go 20 years into the future, which would be
October 21st, 2015. 2015? You mean we're in the future?
2015. They didn't get a lot right with this movie. Where's the infinity scarves? Where's the finger mustaches? And for the love of God, where is the teal chevron? 2015 is not the same without any color of chevron, but especially teal. Without teal chevron, I would have never looked as ugly as I did back then. I mean, but they did make some crazy predictions of the fashion.
Drying mode on.
Like, what is that hat? Is that a hat or a head brace? Choose one. It can't be both.
The back of your head is ridiculous.
And why does she have 5 bows on? Anyways, in this one scene with the main character, Marty McFly, crazy name by the way, he grabs a scooter off of a kid. But wait, it's not a scooter. It's a
Hoverboard.
And then they have this whole hoverboard chase. This scene apparently was very popular, and thus the popularization of the hoverboard began. And since the hoverboard was predicted to be a thing in 2015, I think Shane Chen choosing this name as his product was absolutely brilliant. He was working on something up in here. Oops, my bad. I'm not working up with anything. It may be brilliant, but it's a scam. We have been scammed. They don't hover, like at all. It's just like, of course they make a movie about how cool the future is, and we have all these gadgets where you can fly, and you wear glasses you can't see out of that are also a pager, and also you have ceiling fruit. But instead of getting ceiling fruit, we still have table fruit, which is lame. And instead of getting a hoverboard, we got a Segway with no handle. Everything in life is a disappointment, and I blame capitalism. But hey, at least the name is cool, I guess. There are other reasons why the hoverboard got so popular. I think one of the reasons of the rise of the hoverboard is that it was a toy that united all ages. And plus there was a ton of celebrities who rode them around in public. Justin Bieber was on that thing daily. He was zooming and scooting around.
Hi, Justin.
Ow, she's really good. Plus, there's this absolutely iconic picture that no one should ever erase from their memory, okay? This is gold. I mean, if that isn't the picture of 2015, I don't know what it was about 2015, but my God, everything was just so tight. My legs did not breathe for a solid 10 years because my jeans were so skinny. And if they ever come back in a style, let it be known, I will not succumb. I will not do it. I will not wear another skinny jean in my life. Yes, I will. I personally can't remember for the life of me why or how I found out about hoverboards, but I can only assume that I found out about them through YouTube. And my theory is that most other people found out that way about them also as well. Hoverboard unboxing videos were gaining traction like crazy. Some even reaching 10 million views, 8 million views. And this was also like peak YouTube. Every YouTuber made a video about hoverboards.
I'm gonna have a little prank session.
I found this amazing headline from 2015. Injured Shane Dawson takes a stand against hoverboards. F***ing lame pieces of shit. Injured Shane also joked on Twitter, "Hey YouTubers and Viners rolling around on those rollerboards, you look f***ing stupid. Please fall and break a limb." How do we know that's a joke? Since there was a lot of love for the toy, you know that also means that there's going to be a bit of hatred. I get the annoyance of something extremely popular that you're just not a fan of. I never really understood why hoverboards were so popular. At the time of them coming out, I was just a hater of literally anything fun because I was a miserable person. But I do think some of my criticisms were valid. Like, I don't know, man. Just walk? Like, if you're gonna be already standing, just walk. I thought that people were being the ultimate level of laziness, but that really doesn't bother me anymore because I struggle to get 300 steps a day. I don't know, man. I hate standing up. And like, instead of hoverboarding, maybe just skate. Skating, I've always thought, is so cool. It requires so much more skill and so much more practice. It's something that you can really put a lot of time and effort to into making a hobby.
I like how you just threw that in there. I was waiting for pace jokes. I was gonna make a pacemaker joke, but that's probably bad.
But what can you really do on a hoverboard except for stand there or slide on it like a worm? And I gotta be honest, it looks a little ridiculous. You stand on it at the exact same way as a kid does who walks into his mom's room at 3 a.m. and says, "Mom, I threw up." It's the exact same stance as "Mom, I threw up" stance. The level of space between the feet, that's what it is. It looks silly. Maybe because I was 18 at the time, but I was in an age group where people were too cool to use it as a toy, so instead they used it as some sort of status symbol or a vibe of, "You could never be my bae, I'm too lit AF on fleek, hashtag goals, hashtag bye Felicia."
Pokemon go to the polls.
When you think you're cooler than someone because you own a really expensive toy or cool piece of tech, and then it's something you take way too seriously, it kind of gives me the ick. Not that you can't be passionate about tech, but I would compare it to people today with the Ray-Ban glasses, where they film strangers without their consent and be generally insufferable in public, when instead they should be using it for soap ASMR. You get the perfect angle of the soap ASMR and it can be immersive. I love soap ASMR. When they just crunch it and it has the shaving cream inside. I need it.
Precious.
More soap ASMR. More soap ASMR. Soap. I just think there's something about those Ray-Ban video glasses that I don't like. Feels sinister. Also, the elites who were taking hoverboards too seriously in 2015 are the same people who own a Cybertruck, and I'll stand on that. I can't prove it, but I know I'm right. But when people had fun with the toy, that's where the magic was. It was the best thing to watch on social media. Vine after Vine, you could find great hoverboard content, but most of all, and the best content out there, was hoverboard fails. It was like a beautiful ballet of injury, laughter, and the common human experience falling on their ass. Hoverboard fail compilation videos are still one of the best genres of content the universe has ever given us. If God is real, this is what he wanted us to see. What is it about human nature that makes it so funny when somebody falls? Some people say that it's a term called Schadenfreude, and I know I butchered that, sorry.
Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude. And it means pleasure in another person's misfortune. And someone also said something that I found interesting. Generally, we find things that violate our expectations, but in a non-threatening way, humorous.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
So seeing someone fall over violates our expectations that people will walk without falling.
Jingle, jingle, pay attention, pay attention.
But it's still congruent with our schemes of how people move in space and time.
Jingle, jingle.
Seeing someone run towards us with a knife violates expectations, but is perceived as threatening.
Jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle.
Seeing someone float up in the air and do a somersault would freak us out. Which makes sense to me, at least, because my favorite type of humor is absurdist humor, and I tend to lean into that myself, but also we don't have to get that deep into it. Sometimes it just looks funny when a person falls over and you're 100% sure they're okay. Does that mean you should be going to your friends and purposefully tripping them? Of course not. You should tell your friend to trip their friend so you have nothing to do with it, but you can still laugh. Also, these video compilations are exactly why I made this video, because one popped up on my feed and I was like, oh, that was a crazy era of time. Whatever happened to those things? In just 2 years, one of the most famous tech toys we have ever seen vanished from the internet. Why? They exploded.
It's the terrifying moment a hoverboard catches fire inside a house.
One family saying the hoverboard they bought for their son ignited.
$1 million lawsuit filed against Amazon after a hoverboard caused a fire that destroyed a family's home in Nashville.
They're currently investigating reports of 21 fire incidents across the country.
It's putting out flames caused by a hoverboard that was charging.
And shortly thereafter, it exploded in flames.
Between 2015 and 2017, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, or CPSC, sounds like I'm trying to get a cat to come to me, had over 250 reports of hoverboard malfunctions.
They're the hottest gift of the holiday season. And now they're literally the hottest because they also explode.
Houses burned down, people were injured, hoverboards were catching on fire left and right.
I came outside, turned it on, I came down the sidewalk, not even probably 100 feet, and it exploded. It said, boom!
But why? Okay, I'm going to explain it to you like you're 5. Not because I think you're stupid, just because I want to. Johnny has 5 apples. Just kidding. Most hoverboards in 2015 were made in a very big put-together factory city in Shenzhen, China. Hoverboards did not all come from the same factory, but they did use all the same parts for the hoverboard. So the hoverboards that were sent to the US were the same hoverboard. The problem comes here. They were using cheap or fake LG lithium-ion batteries. So they're putting a really shitty battery into a lot of toys for children and sending them to America. A disaster waiting to happen. There was also a problem with charging where one cell overheats and then the rest get really hot and everything go boom.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big booms. Boom! 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 Boom!
And since this started happening, there was no guarantee that any hoverboard was safe from exploding in your house or even catching fire when you were riding it.
Hoverboard is on fire. What is going on, dude?
The CPSC in 2016 said that no hoverboard on the market could be considered safe because there were no regulations on them, and not a single hoverboard on the market meets the agency standards. The US government told all citizens to stop using your hoverboards immediately. If the government says not to do something and it's dangerous, in the past I would have obliged. But my mom took Tylenol when pregnant, and I'm not yet diagnosed with autism, so I don't know. I'm starting to have my doubts. And don't you dare write anything in the comments. So obviously this was a huge deal. I think one law in California made it so you had to be over the age of 16 and wear a helmet, which, I mean, that takes away the fun of it. You get this cool ass piece of tech and then you have to wear a helmet and protect your head. Get real, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not gonna look like a loser. Some other states took a completely different route, and New York just banned it on streets and sidewalks, so you could really only use it in your apartment. You just stand at one wall, and then you go to the other wall, which is about 7 inches away, and you just go back and then forth and then back. And if that's too much space, you can just stand there and you can just spin in a circle. Places like public universities started banning them. You could not have one on an airplane or in the airport. Even public parks banned hoverboards. So now you have this toy that you can't even use without the thought in the back of your mind that it's gonna blow up when you step on it. And you can't even ride it anywhere. And so that's how the hoverboard era ended. But not for me. As I now move closer and closer to the age of 30, don't say anything. I reminisce more and more about things that I missed out on as a teenager, like dating, a father who loved me, and more importantly, hoverboards. But now I have money, a little bit of money. And I found a hoverboard at a Best Buy near me that was on sale, and I got it. Because I decided if I want to take my investigative journalism career seriously, then I simply must investigate. I am not a talker, I am a doer. I do things, and I will do the riding of the hoverboard. And I have questions that I need to be answered. Was the hoverboard worth the hype? Was I a hater for no reason? Or will my hoverboard catch fire? I really hope not. So I headed to the store to get my gear.
Ooh. Let me think.
It's sick.
I want the denim one. Oh.
So not that one.
Youth. I'm still youth. Full? Wait, you can expand it. This one fits.
You look great.
Really? What about this one?
Maybe.
Or this one? What flatters me more? What makes me look more skinny?
That one.
Really?
I don't know.
I want this one.
We headed to the park, and that's when I saw my first example of hoverboard discrimination. No motorized vehicles allowed, aka a hoverboard. So we decided to go to a random parking lot where it got really hot and there were a lot of pine cones.
So the first step we gotta do is to get geared up.
Am I following you?
Yeah, you're gonna follow me.
Okay.
You okay? These should fit, right? They fit.
Can you bend your knee? Perfect.
There's a lot of crunching that just happened. Now we gotta do elbow pads. This is extremely uncomfortable. How do I put these on?
Can you help?
No, I am protected. Oh man, I feel like I have to sneeze. These seasonal allergies are just, achoo! What do you think?
Fantastic.
Is it straight?
Nope, not even close.
Oh. Okay, the moment you have all been waiting for. Stop moving, I tried to adjust.
Sorry.
The moment you have all been waiting for, it's time to hoverboard. I am so scared. Okay. Ah! Now I shall get on. What is it doing? What is it doing? What is it doing? Ah! Ah! Why am I doing this? Why is it happening?
Lean forward.
It's scary. Attempt number 2.
Do you have a goal for this time on the hoverboard?
Do a handstand.
Seems achievable.
Please. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, I think I'm getting comfortable. I think I'm getting comfortable with it. Wait, Noah.
You're doing good.
Noah.
Are you turning on purpose?
Noah. Noah. Noah.
Like if you lean forward with both feet, it should go forward.
Oh my God, I think I broke everything. Take me to the hospital, please. What happens when you fall where there is not a pad? You still get injured. Okay, time to do it again.
Help you up.
We're gonna try this again.
It's really hard to like control both your feet at the same time, and I feel like there's a lot more ankle strength involved than you would think. Oh my God, this is hard as fuck, dude. Okay, doing the salsa on the hoverboard. Did you know it was possible? Okay, I'm gonna try to go fast.
Can't keep up.
I don't know how to, I'm scared. I'm scared.
That was good.
Help. I saw this really cool thing you could do when I was looking at tricks.
That looks really cool. Are you supposed to lift your knees up? No?
Isn't that cool?
That was really cool.
I will now perform a handstand that I saw.
I don't... It doesn't like it. It doesn't like that.
Was that cool?
That was cool.
I think I just need to engage my core. I thought I could get better at this in one day.
In 15 minutes?
Yes. I want to be cool.
You are cool. You look really cool right now.
What?
You look really cool right now.
Really?
Yeah.
That thing turns so fast. Whoa.
Honestly, it was kind of hard to get the hang of the hoverboard at first, but I don't know if it's because I am the least athletic person known to man, or if it's just because it's hard to get the hang of. It could be either, but it's probably me. I'm serious, I have no athletic skills. My dad put me in softball when I was in 4th grade, and the only time I got to first base was because the softball hit me in the knee. I did not get to second. I felt like I needed ankle muscles that like weren't there, and Noah had to like coach me on how to do it even though he had never done it before, and it helped a lot.
My ass kind of hurts.
You fall on it, or?
It's on my butt.
Maybe you are, but I think you have to lean more with like your knees.
My
down
knees?
here. Like
I control with
your
lean?
Knees. You're leaning like all the way back, above your back.
I can't help it. You go so fast.
And I think when you lean back like that, you're actually putting all your weight on your toes, which is the front of the board, so it's actually going faster.
Okay.
I think, if I understand the physics of this correctly.
My butt really hurts.
Oh, sorry.
It really hit my butt.
They should have put butt pads in the pack.
Yeah. Stop. Stop it. How do I stop it?
I think you lean back.
I want to look cool.
You do look cool.
You're lying.
You looked cool the second you put that first knee pad on.
I'm kind of getting it.
You're
I think the
good.
knees really helped. This is actually kind of fun. Let me try sitting on it.
Okay.
Never mind. I think I'm just gonna be done.
Okay.
Now it's your turn.
Oh, great.
You've got it.
I don't think I do. That didn't happen. Stop making fun of me. I don't like this.
Oh my God. Oh my God, he on X Games mode.
You got it, babe.
Hang on, I got it this time.
Use your core.
Okay, is this good content?
You gotta get both feet on there.
That's the part that scares me.
I know, but you just have to be brave.
Then it's beeping at me. Oh my gosh. This is so strange.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry I ever made fun of you.
Okay, no. Stabilize your core. All right. Now, make your ankles strong and then point your toes forward. Just a little bit. Why aren't you moving? Why aren't you moving?
I'm too scared.
Yes, there we go. Okay.
This is your man.
Yes.
Look at the screen.
Do I look cool? Do I look cool? This is cool. Do I look cool?
That's mine. And
that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm gonna stick beside.
Do you need me to get the tripod out so I can hold you?
No, I'm fine until it moves.
Okay, yeah.
I'm moving forward a little bit.
Oh.
She's really good.
This is fun.
Oh, we got a turn in there.
I did that on purpose.
I believe you.
Do I look cool?
You look so cool.
That's all I
You're
care
hot
about.
and sexy.
Thanks. I'm sweating. Oh, now I'm having fun. I'm really glad we're doing this.
Thank you for sharing your internal monologue, babe. You want to try to go a little faster?
No. Yes.
Okay.
I really think the key to sharing my thoughts is putting me in a life or death situation.
Is this life or death? You have a helmet, an elbow,
Oh,
and knee
that's true.
pads.
Don't forget my wrist guards. Watch us turn.
Wow.
Proud of me?
Yes. Can you try a little faster?
Faster turn or faster go?
Faster go.
Well, sorry, I got scared.
Babe, it's okay to fall. It's a rite of passage.
I don't want to fall. This is a good time.
Is this how fast I was going? Because I thought I was going a lot faster than I was, if so. All right, go as fast as you can.
The key is to know your limits.
No, go fast. Watch out for that car.
You better watch out for me.
What? Was that a fall, technically?
I think so.
Are you done, babe?
I'm having fun, actually. You gotta catch me.
Keep going. What?
I'm not stopping until you catch me.
That's crazy.
See? Whoa! Or just scare me. All right. Should we do a spinning montage?
Yeah.
Let me go.
So I rode the hoverboard for hours, and as the sun set while I rode around the parking lot, I thought back a few minutes earlier to the challenges of learning to ride. Falling and getting back up, it made me realize how much of a fool I was to turn my nose up at something that I didn't even try to understand. And because of that black and white thinking, I missed out on a lot of opportunities. I missed out on a chance to learn something new, to potentially make new friends, and make memories together. But maybe if I experienced those things back then, I wouldn't have gotten to make this memory with the love of my life. Us laughing together in a random parking lot, me getting to experience whatever the fuck this was. I started thinking that the story of the hoverboard is kind of the best metaphor for life. You think you got it down, and then disaster strikes and it all falls apart.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big booms. Boom!
But slowly but surely, the hoverboard and me rise from the ashes to create new versions of ourselves that are safer for us and for everyone around us. You gotta go through a lot of trials and tribulations to get where you are today. And even if you have regrets about how you were in the past, everything in the past has led you up to who you are today, no matter how hard it may have been. And I think that's the beauty of it all. If we all started as perfect versions of ourselves, we would have nowhere to go with that. That's way too boring. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a like and I will send you a message telepathically. If you don't get the message right away, you did something wrong, not me. Also, please subscribe because Johnny is out of apples and he really needs more. So 1 sub equals 1 apple for Johnny. Okay, love you, bye.